Have you ever realized something terrifying and liberating at the same time? That the very reason you are strong, resilient, and unstoppable is because nobody ever helped you. Nobody guided you, nobody cheered for you, and nobody made it easier. Every obstacle, every challenge, every fight, you faced it alone. And here's the secret, the very thing that felt unfair, that hurt you, actually built the strongest version of yourself. Today, we're going to explore what it really means to be strong because you had to survive on your own. And by the end, you might see your struggles as the fuel for your power. Jake grew up in a small town where resources were scarce. His parents worked multiple jobs just to keep the lights on, so when he wanted to join the school soccer team, no one could drive him to practice. He learned to walk 15 minutes every day, rain or shine, carrying his worn-out ball. "Friend, Jake, why do you keep walking all this way? It's so much easier to stay home." "Jake, because I want it. Because no one else will do it for me." Years later, that same resilience showed on the field. He was fast, precise, and relentless. The walks he took alone, the effort nobody noticed, made him stronger than the others who were always carried, driven, or helped. Have you ever thought about the moments when nobody helped you, and how much stronger it made you? Emma was in college, living in a dorm where no one offered guidance. She had questions about registration, about courses, about how to navigate campus life, but everyone seemed too busy with their own problems. She had to figure it out herself. Dialogue. Roommate, Emma, can't you just ask someone for help? Emma, I've been asking myself. And it works better anyway. She learned to advocate for herself, to research, and to solve problems independently. By the end of her first year, she not only survived but excelled. Every time she succeeded, she realized the truth: self-reliance creates unstoppable strength. Michael's first job was brutal. His manager barely gave instructions, and co-workers were competitive, offering advice only if it benefited them. On his first major project, he was left alone to figure everything out. Colleague, I guess they think you can't handle it. Michael, maybe. Or maybe they're giving me a chance to prove I can. By the deadline, his project was flawless. Michael learned something crucial: when no one helps, you either fail or you become exceptional. And he chose exceptional. Real-life story: Sophia grew up in a single-parent household. Her mother worked nights, leaving Sophia to navigate homework, chores, and life by herself. Most kids had someone to check their assignments or remind them of deadlines. Sophia didn't. Dialogue. Sister, why do you always handle everything alone? Sophia, because I have to. And because doing it alone makes me stronger every day. By the time she reached university, Sophia had mastered time management, independence, and resilience. She had developed skills and confidence that many of her peers lacked, skills born from necessity, from facing life without help. Question to the listener: think about your own life. What challenges have you faced alone? How did it make you stronger than the people who had constant support? Alex's story was in the corporate world. Every promotion, every major responsibility, he received without mentorship. Others had mentors guiding them, teaching them the ropes. Alex didn't. He learned by trial and error, sometimes failing spectacularly. Dialogue. Mentor, you could ask for help. Alex, I'd rather learn by doing. It sticks better that way. Eventually, Alex became a leader admired for his skill and decisiveness. His strength came from navigating difficulties without a safety net. He understood more, acted faster, and solved problems that others couldn't because he had never depended on anyone. The truth is universal: strength forged in solitude is enduring. Every struggle you face alone, every fight nobody helped you with, is creating resilience, independence, and mental toughness. These are qualities that cannot be taught, they can only be earned. Dialogue example: Friend, why do you always do everything alone? You, because if I can do it alone, I can do anything. Have you noticed how the people who had constant help sometimes crumble under pressure, while those who struggled alone survive, and thrive? Emma, Michael, Sophia, Alex, and Jake all share one trait: they were never given a helping hand when they needed it. And yet, that lack became their greatest advantage. Their success didn't come from luck or ease, it came from facing the world head-on and never giving up, even when no one believed in them. Question: what is one thing you accomplished alone that nobody celebrated, but secretly made you stronger than anyone else around you? Being strong because no one helped you isn't just about survival, it's about learning self-reliance, strategy, resilience, and confidence. It's about understanding that you are enough, and that the world will only respect the strength you've built yourself. Even when life seemed unbearable, the people who faced it alone discovered a hidden truth: challenges without help teach lessons that comfort and guidance never could. Take Lily, for example. She moved to a new city alone, without friends, family, or mentors. She had to figure out the subway system, find an apartment, and navigate a new job, all on her own. Dialogue. Co-worker, why didn't you ask for help with the project? Lily, because figuring it out myself is the only way I'll truly know I can do it. Co-worker, that sounds exhausting. Lily, it is. But every time I solve something alone, I feel unstoppable. Lily's independence wasn't built in a day. It was forged through countless small victories, solving problems nobody else noticed, handling emergencies without guidance, and learning to trust herself when nobody else would. By the end of the first year, she wasn't just surviving, she was thriving in ways those with constant support couldn't imagine. Think about your own life. How many times have you faced situations without anyone to lean on? How did it shape the way you handle problems today? Then there's Carlos, who learned his most important life lessons not from school or teachers, but from navigating the streets alone as a teenager. He didn't have coaches, tutors, or mentors, just a relentless need to survive and make something of himself. Every challenge forced him to think critically, act decisively, and trust his own judgment. Carlos later said, "If anyone had done it for me, I would never have become the person I am today." Dialogue. Friend, don't you wish someone had helped you back then? Carlos, sometimes, yes. But looking back, I realize the struggle itself made me strong. And here's another truth: independence grows in ways teamwork sometimes doesn't. When nobody helps, you learn creativity, innovation, and resilience. You experiment, you fail, and you find solutions that nobody else taught you. Imagine facing a challenge and knowing that no one can bail you out, but that also means no one can stop you either. Have you noticed how the people who had constant help often crumble under pressure, while those who struggled alone endure, and even flourish? Even in relationships, this principle applies. Mia never had a family member to guide her emotionally or give advice about life choices. Every heartbreak, every betrayal, every disappointment, she faced it alone. It was painful, yes, but it taught her self-respect, emotional intelligence, and a kind of independence that makes her unshakable today. Question to the listener: can you identify a moment in your life when facing something alone taught you more than any advice or help ever could? Every struggle without help, every obstacle faced alone, leaves an invisible mark on your strength. And the amazing part is, most people never recognize it. They see the results, not the quiet, relentless effort that made you unbreakable. That effort, unseen by others, is the backbone of true power. Final reflection. Every person who has faced life alone knows this truth: the challenges, the lack of support, the obstacles, these are not punishments. They are the forge that shapes you into someone extraordinary. The next time you feel unsupported, remember, each struggle is a brick in the foundation of your strength. And that foundation is stronger than any temporary help could ever make it. Thank you so much for watching. If this story resonated with you, please give it a like, leave a comment sharing your own experiences of strength, and subscribe to the channel to hear more stories that inspire resilience. Remember, you are strong because nobody ever helped you, and that is your superpower.